everybody, Ninja the Body Whisperer here. How's it going? So today I'm gonna do a quick 12-minute workout. I just did the stairs in my building twice, so that's 25, 50, so I did 50 stories. Not sure how long it took, but the first time I did it, I tried running up as far as I could go before I just petered out. And I hit about 10 floors and then was just, just hitting that point where you're going in auction in debt. So then I continued on and was breathing pretty heavy for the next 15, and then I went back down, and then my goal was to try and get one more floor. So I got to 11 floors, and that was full on. So I'm gonna just do a quick workout here for my Spartacus. Okay. So I think I'll just start off, since I've already kind of done legs, I'm gonna start off with, I'm gonna do more upper body stuff today because I did a lot of stairs. So I think I'll start off with doing some planks. Just to kind of get that, taking that time here on the end, really getting that stretch in the lower back and the hamstrings. It's not about, right now it's not about what I'm doing as far as how hard or whatnot. It's more about, it's honestly more about showing up and doing it at this point, developing the habits so that I continue to do it. All right, we're gonna break. So I think what I'll do is T push-ups. So now between, I'll think about what I'm gonna do next, just while I'm thinking. And break. So I think what I'm going to do next is I think I'll do something a little, so I'll do, can you see me? All right. This is kind of a V-sit, or what do they call it in, I think they call it the martini or something, maybe in Pilates. And then I'm gonna go down to a concave and then relax, really stretch it out, and then come up to that concave. So we're making a bowl, and then coming up, trying to keep the legs straight, balancing, so it's really hitting your core. And going down and relaxing, stretching out and up. 3, 2, 1, break. All right, I think I'm gonna do for the next one is, all right, I'm gonna drop into a deep squat. So this is day 4, so we're on Thursday. I've kept up on it this week, which is good. I've continued to do this every day, at least my 12 minutes, and then doing the stairs at least once today. I did it twice, I was feeling a little better. So every day is a little different, but just trying to keep consistent. The one thing that I don't have consistency on is time. When I do it during the day is quite variable, because my schedule is quite variable. I don't have a lot of anchors in my day right now, just because I'm freelancing, so it kind of, when the jobs come, that's when I do things. So I've been thinking about that. I've been thinking about trying to make more anchor points, so then you have a point of reference. I was talking to my sister about that, and recently she was having trouble with because I've been doing this for a while, and inviting them to come along and work out with me and stuff like that. I think I'll do lunges here, if I can, because that's no, you know what I'm gonna do? Twist. So my sister was talking to me about how she had been having trouble finding the time, mostly because she was like, well, when do I put it in my day? And so then she was able to find, I really think this stuff comes, first what you gotta do, and this is one of my main things, is simplify. Stop reading stuff, stop looking at stuff, stop listening to stuff, because all that marketing and all this stuff on Facebook and all the apps and things that people are sending you is to keep you not doing something and always wondering, am I doing the right thing? Pick something and go with it for a while. Trust me, you'll get far more out of going in one direction and actually doing it, even if it's not 100% the best thing. You'll learn while you do it. So, let me see, what do I want to do now? I think I'll do high knee. So, with that, actually no, I'm going to do band. Actually, I need it's over here. No, I just dropped everything out of my backpack. What are you gonna do? So I tell you about, stop listening to stuff. Don't get on social media. If you do, bodybuilders, people have been doing the same thing. It's just consistency. It's showing up in consistency. Simplify. It's one of the tenets of Binge's, 8-week reboot is simplify, right? Choose something and just go for it. And that's what I'm trying to do with this. These 30-day, this plan right here kind of fits into it, even though it's just me making something up, okay? Take a break. I think I'll use this. I think I'll do some kind of maybe 15, maybe some shoulder shrugs or something. We'll give it a try. Try it on one side for half the time. Kind of hitting that upper back portion of my back. And something that doesn't really get hit. But going back to this thing of simplifying, right? And clearing out the clutter. If you can't focus on something like this simple program, there's a deeper issue that's going on, right? Something is keeping you from realizing that how do I put this? And it could be fear. Somewhere you're kind of afraid of the failure of what could happen. So sometimes I have to trick myself into, and when I say trick myself, one of the best ways is, for me, it's not so much that I trick myself, it's that I get myself into a situation where I feel like if I don't do it, it's worse than if I do and I fail, right? I'm gonna do downward dog. So what I mean by that is, like, setting this up and telling you guys that I'm doing a 30-day plan, right? Even though I have no idea if anyone's watching this, I set it up saying I'm doing a 30-day plan, and I say I'm gonna do this, and I have to do this thing, right? So you guys keep me accountable. And I feel like if I miss a day, I'm not only letting myself down, but I've told you guys that I was gonna do, you know, this thing. So it kind of keeps me going in an accountability way, but in a way that for me is, you know, it's funny, it's probably all in my head because no one's watching these. Very few people are watching these, in the sense that, and to me, that's okay. It's not about people watching them. I wish people did, just in the sense that I think that I've been doing this for a while, and I think there's things that I talk about that can help and clarify some things. All right, I'm gonna do Cobra. So for me, what I found a trick to help me to do something is to talk about it on these videos, because what it does is it makes me feel like there's an accountability. It kind of anchors part of my day. It gives me a task to do, and I have to do it and put it out there, right? So to me, that's a simple way to kind of trick myself into doing something. Another thing that works for me, just because for personality, so in a way I'm kind of hacking my own, I'm kind of tricking myself, right? Because another thing that works for me is if I pay for a class, then I feel more obligated to, I think I'll do some side touches. I feel more obligated because I've spent this money. So to me, if I don't go to the class or do the thing, if it's a acting class, a weightlifting class, whatever, you know, if I pay for a trainer, or not pay for a trainer, but maybe like a month membership or something, to me, then I'm like, I gotta do it, or else I'm losing that money. So for me, that's another way of kind of tricking myself into making the outcome, the loss of money, worse than the outcome, the imagined outcome, which kind of keeps me from doing it, which is the, what if I fail, what if I don't make it, what if, who knows what it is, you know, maybe not worrying about whatever the why is, just recognizing that it's there, and then finding, so that's a big thing, you know. It's like, I used to listen to a guy named Jim Rohn, or one of his tapes, and he talks about it. He's like, you know, he always would say, it's like, well, I wonder why that happened. He's like, don't sign up for that class. He's like, who cares why it happened? Sometimes these things are gonna happen. Some people behave this way, some people behave this way. Well, I wonder why they didn't do that, or I wonder why he's like, don't sign up for that class. It takes you away from the actual goal of the thing. And for him, he was talking about, you know, if you're in business, the biggest thing is just getting the word out there, putting it out, not worrying about, your job is to keep telling people that you do this thing. You don't have to worry about, and then once people start talking to you, it's, don't worry about why somebody doesn't do it, because that takes you away from telling new people, right? So I think if you find out, okay, well, I just don't stick to diets, I don't stick to this, I keep doing this, the bigger question is, well, what rather than asking the why, it's like finding the solution is actually a better use of your time to a certain extent, right? Now, some of these things maybe you need to do counseling or something like that. You know, if there's some really deep-seated issues, you very well may need to. That's not for me to say, but at the same time, I think getting over the fear of doing something, especially as simple as this, break it down to its simplest unit. So you have a goal. Don't look at, if you just focus on the end goal, it's always going to seem unattainable. But if you say, well, what can I do? Well, I can start the first week, 12 minutes a day, second week, 15 minutes a day, third week, 18 minutes a day, fourth week. You keep doing that, and by the time you say, okay, what is it going to take for me to get kind of this program in me that where I give my body an hour a day, which really isn't that much, but at first it can seem like a lot, then it just becomes part of your routine, right? So keep moving, people. Binge of the Body Whisperer out. Take care.